All right, let's talk about this other one. Went down in State College. Penn State 38, SMU 10. Wow. I mean, I'll say this, and this is the Penn State hate takes again because I've kind of been on it all year. I thought they took a step offensively in the Big Ten championship game, and I didn't quite see that on Saturday. The thing that was much better was their secondary. A couple times got run by like something I expected. They took the ball away. They played pretty well, and that defensive line helped them out a ton because they were able to harass SMU all day. It's a team that certainly, and we see this with everybody maybe outside of Oregon, they got flaws, but they also lean into what they do really well, and it's been working for them.
I completely agree. In the beginning of the game, SMU was moving the ball really well, and it looked like it was going to be a game. You have a dropped touchdown. And also you could have just converted on a 4th down, 4th and short, and they go for the home run play, go for the touchdowns dropped. That changes the game. And then obviously the interceptions by Kevin Jennings, who I was shocked that he played so poorly.
Same here.
Like if you had said, like recipe for an SMU loss, that would not have even have been an option because I was just surprised to see it the way that it was. And so, even when SMU was still decent at moving the ball, Penn State was getting stops and they were getting turnovers. And then you didn't really need to do a ton offensively. No passing touchdowns, didn't need them because you had pick sixes and you were able to run the ball. I mean, it was a dominating effort, but this is another one where I don't think the score was entirely reflective. Like I actually think it was a closer game at halftime into the third quarter than the score looked because of the pick sixes. And it was basically a 21-point swing at the start of the game, like in the first quarter.
No, I tend to agree with that. I felt like Penn State played well, but I don't know. I have that Penn State in the Big Ten championship image in my mind, and it didn't look like that performance from them. So
yeah.
I'm curious to see here because as they move on, like we said, it's on a silver platter for James Franklin and company. They've got Boise State in the Fiesta Bowl. Like that's another one where they could probably play a B- game and still win it. Like I don't think now this is not to disrespect Ashton Genty, but like with Penn State's front, like I don't think he's just going to get loose all over him. And so I'm curious to see as this team keeps coming along, 10.5-point favorite in that game, how much better will they look than some of the moments that we saw against SMU?
Yeah, I agree. And I think that the path it really is open for them. And they're in the part of the bracket with Georgia, the number 2 team in the country, who's not going to have a starting quarterback. Right. So that's the half of the bracket that they are in. So they're really well positioned to keep building. And again, the run game has been so encouraging from the Big Ten championship game to this. Like this offense for a good portion of the regular season was just whatever Tyler Warren was capable of doing. Yes. And now they have real options. And I think that's really encouraging. So very impressed by Penn State, which again, hadn't had a big win all regular season. They'd had some fine wins, but this was a statement. This was significant. And all of those SMU millionaire boosters got stuck and they couldn't land in that small State College airport with that small runway. And a bunch of them missed the game, which might be better for them to have not seen it. But it was funny to see like the revenge of James Franklin's short runway here.
That's right. That's right. We don't forget James Franklin. That runway helped you out this time, my guy. You need to thank the runway.
It did. So yes, congrats to Notre Dame and Penn State. They are through to the quarters. Cannot wait. Penn State, like you said this earlier, Penn State is a 10.5-point favorite against Boise State as we're recording this in the Fiesta Bowl, which seems like a bad thing. The 6th seed should not be favored by that much over the 3 seed, as we said earlier.